It's 6 o'clock in the morning and the world outside is still completely dark. My 14-year-old son is sleeping deeply in his bed. Because I know that, much like pulling off a band-aid, it's easier to get the unpleasant part done fast. Harsh, right? Every morning I wonder how, knowing everything I know. So I am fully aware that I am cutting into the sleep my son desperately needs as a teenager growing at rapid speed. I also know that waking him up hours before his internal clock says he is ready means I am stealing the very type of sleep that supports learning, memory, and emotional health. But it's not only my child missing out on this sleep. Barely 1 in 10 gets the recommended 8 to 10 hours of nightly sleep that pediatricians and sleep experts advise. And one major reason teens aren't sleeping enough comes down to public policy. Across the nation, many schools still begin at 7:30 a.m. or earlier, despite repeated recommendations that middle and high schools start no earlier than 8:30 a.m. These early start times directly influence how little sleep teens end up getting. They also place teenagers in a battle they cannot win, a battle against their own biology. This shift partly occurs due to changes in melatonin release. Teen bodies don't begin producing melatonin until roughly 11 p.m., which is around 2 hours later than adults and younger children. So, waking a teenager at 6 a.m. is biologically similar to waking an adult at 4 a.m. And on the rare days I've had to wake up at 4 a.m., I feel like a zombie, barely functional. My thinking is foggy, I'm irritable, and I definitely shouldn't be behind the wheel. Yet this is exactly how many teens feel every single school day. Many of the, let's say, difficult teenage traits, moodiness, irritability, laziness, even depression, for teens constantly running on empty. So now we have an entire generation that's tired but wired. Those pushing for healthier school start times understand that adolescence is a period of huge brain development, especially in areas responsible for reasoning, problem solving, and judgment. In other words, the type of thinking that helps control the impulsive and risky behavior typical of adolescence. They know that when teenagers miss out on sleep, their minds, bodies, and behavior all suffer. Their focus drops, their attention struggles, and many even show symptoms that look like ADHD, but sleep loss affects more than school performance. It contributes significantly to the rise in mental health challenges during the teen years. In our research with teens from LAUSD, we discovered that teens with sleep difficulties were 55% more likely to have consumed alcohol in the last month. In a separate study of over 30,000 students, researchers found that every lost hour of sleep led to a 38% increase in feelings of sadness or hopelessness, and a staggering 58% rise in suicide attempts. And beyond that, teens who regularly miss sleep face increased risks for obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, many of the major health issues affecting Americans today. Then there's the danger of a sleep-deprived teen driving. Studies show that getting 5 hours or less of sleep is equivalent to driving with a blood alcohol level over the legal limit. Researchers have produced strong evidence showing how later start times benefit students. The results are clear. Teens in districts with later start schedules sleep more. They attend school more regularly. One district saw absences fall by 25%. Dropout rates also decreased, and unsurprisingly, academic performance improves. Math and reading test scores jump by 2 to 3 percentage points, again similar to shrinking class sizes by 1/3. Mental and physical health improves, and families report happier homes. Even communities benefit because car crash rates decrease. One district saw a 70% drop. Given these massive benefits, you'd think this is obvious. Why haven't we done this already? But delaying school start times comes with logistical hurdles, rearranging bus schedules, higher transportation costs, sports schedules, and before or after school care. Yet these challenges are solvable. They're not good enough reasons to avoid doing what's best for our children. Starting middle and high school no earlier than 8:30 a.m. Districts of all sizes that made the shift have found that most concerns were exaggerated and far outweighed by the enormous improvements in student health, academic performance, and overall public safety.